All right, and I believe we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Bitcoin Brief with your host, Tone Vays. At the moment, it's just me. Neither Jimmy nor Giacomo were able to join this early in the morning. Well, early in the morning for Jimmy, too early in the morning for Giacomo. And I wanted to go live, so I will cover the price of Bitcoin first, and then hopefully they will join and we will discuss this whole Fed money printing issue. So let's just go straight to the charts. I know I spent a bunch of time not talking about the charts yesterday, so I'll try to make up for that today by going immediately to the charts. Screen share. I'm screen sharing a different monitor, so I hope it comes out looking pretty good on YouTube. We haven't looked at the monthly chart in a long time, so I want to take a look at the oscillators. So for the history of Bitcoin, it has never fallen below, I hope it updates. Oh, that's the beginning. Sorry, it's a monthly chart. So the monthly chart of Bitcoin has never fallen below this 44 point area in the RSI. So we're going to keep an eye out for that, right? Because this is not a good looking chart at all. I actually meant to look at these from a weekly perspective. Now, the monthly perspective here on the MACD also looks absolutely terrible. Like, these are not good looking charts, guys. I mean, the halving is coming and money printing is coming. So fundamentally, Bitcoin is going into a really good zone. I mean, the last time I was this happy about Bitcoin fundamentally, sorry for you people in Greece, the last time I was this happy about Bitcoin fundamentally was in late 2015, coming out of the Greek banking crisis. That was the last time I was this bullish fundamentally on Bitcoin. So that's very, very good. But even if we go back to that time, that history of time when the Greek banks shut down, the Greek banks shut down back in June, July. Notice how Bitcoin was literally at its most vulnerable point. We were coming off the $150 low in January. And then even, one second, I want to and even then, after we were coming off the lows of 150, then the Greek banking shutdown happens. I believe it was in June of 2015, and Bitcoin rallied. It rallied nicely. It rallied off of around $200, and it rallied all the way to 350. Doesn't seem that much, but that's almost 100% increase. It rallied, but then it fell. Okay, then it fell one more time, all the way down past 200. I believe it fell to about 160 on most exchanges. And then finally it recovered. So how many months did it take? So you have June, July, August, September, October. So it took until October for Bitcoin to break out of this consolidation zone. So where are we here? This candle, and by the way, this candle is going to be lower, but actually, well, we have to wait till the month ends, right? But right now, this candle is very reminiscent of this candle back in January, which is why I believe the low is in. On my projection from about a year ago, I was expecting this candle, but I was expecting this candle at a lower level. I didn't anticipate this giant run up. In hindsight, and hindsight is always 2020, where did I go wrong on this run up from? I thought the market would top right here at below 6,000. I didn't anticipate. I thought it was going to be very unlikely that Bitcoin was going to go above this area of former support that became a breakdown area. Now, in hindsight, this was a combination of two things. It was a combination of the plus token scam out of China which apparently, created huge demand for Bitcoin that I had no idea was happening. And the rotation out of shit coins. I didn't, if you compare this time period, May into the June top, if I go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's one of these. No, not that one. I think it's this one. No. Damn it, which one is it? Yeah, here it is. Yeah. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? Here it is. March, that was the first kick. But this is the one I'm talking about. This is June. So this is right here, May. May, right there into July. Once this thing starts. Take that out. Right there, okay? So May into, well, it kept going into August, right? But it was this push right here. This was such a concentrated push out of shitcoins, and shitcoins fell a lot. And Bitcoin wasn't very, it couldn't meet the demand out of the shitcoin rotation. And that really helped drive the price of Bitcoin higher. So these were the things that I underestimated a little bit. And it drove us higher. But this candle, I always anticipated it. And there it is. Now I'm expecting some consolidation here. And that's why I'm expecting Bitcoin to stay under $10,000 for the rest of the year or the majority of the year. Okay, so that's the bigger picture. Let's go to the weekly scale. The weekly scale, we pulled back a little bit. We were starting to break this line last night. And right now we are back to 6,500. It's still looking good for us to hold the 200-week moving average on end of week basis. Okay. I'm glancing at your live chat, guys. And let's see what happens. Let's see if we can spend the rest of the year. Well, maybe not the rest of the year, but let's see if we can spend like the entire summer making a beautiful ascending triangle. This was almost an ascending triangle. This here was an ascending triangle, like at the end here. So let's see if we can make a little bit of an ascending triangle here. I would love to see a reverse. I would love to see this giant descending triangle that took a year to put together. I would love to see this triangle in reverse. Basically, have the price of Bitcoin be at this 5,000, have it go up, kind of like make this giant ascending triangle and break out in 2021. So that would be the most optimal thing. Is it still possible for Bitcoin to fall to the below 3,000? It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. I think all this money printing and all these efforts by the government, and also like the government's going to be a little stressed dealing with shit other than crypto. Like people are like, oh, the government's going to shut down crypto. And it's like, really? Doesn't the government have more important things to do right now? And I know we're referring to the government as like this single entity, but let's just say people that work for the government, they're still humans. They're not robots. And I think for the next 12 months, they're going to be a little preoccupied with, let's say, human survival, because this thing is killing people at a very high rate. And it's killing, older people more than younger people. And people in government are themselves older people. So it's actually attacking their peers, right? So those that are making these laws, they're generally, they're not 20-year-olds making a lot of these laws and making a lot of these decisions, but they're more 40 plus. And this virus is more dangerous for those that are people for 40 plus. So let's just say like just like the IRS, right? Like the IRS has already delayed filing of your taxes. Who knows? They might get delayed some more. So let's just say like when people say Bitcoin is going to get taken down by the government, like they have more important shit to do right now. Okay. So like there's a lot of good fundamental news now coming out. Shitcoins aren't dying yet, so that part isn't ideal. Why are these like this already loaded? Like I don't know why it has to reload. I don't get it. I already loaded these. Anyway, so I do see, and everyone was making fun of me when Bitcoin dominance was falling last month, and now it's rising again, right? So if you read my blog, you will see that I'm anticipating an 80% Bitcoin dominance by year end. So we will see if that happens. And that should be another boost to the price of Bitcoin later this year. Okay, here's your daily chart. Some banks fail delivery of physical gold. Okay, so what? Who cares? Look, just conspiracy theories aside, Amazon is failing delivery of, basic things that used to arrive 2 days ago, right? Just because gold failed to arrive, it doesn't mean they're out of gold. It's a headline. It's a fun headline. You got to separate global disruption in commerce with shortage of an item. So unless you know for a fact that gold wasn't delivered because there was no gold, you are speculating on a conspiracy theory. Now, I'm not saying that it was a disruption in commerce that failed to deliver gold. What I'm saying is I don't know. What I'm saying is these are generally fun doom and gloom headlines, but when you start reading the details, it's always not as simple as the headline. I used to watch this on Zero Hedge all the time, which is why I don't read Zero Hedge anymore. Zero Hedge would be like, Deutsche Bank is caught manipulating the price of gold. And then you read the fine details of the manipulation. First of all, the manipulation is usually to raise the price of gold, not to lower the price of gold. They make it sound like it's a suppression of gold prices. And second, the manipulation to raise the price of gold is to raise it by less than 3 cents in the afternoon, and it's completely irrelevant to the overall picture of gold. Like, these are fun headlines, but unless you know the details of those headlines, please stop buying into conspiracy theories. Sure, the speculation will drive the price of gold higher. And banks love that. They love it. They love it. Peter Schiff loves it. They love it. The financial industry loves it when there is a spike in the price of gold because they sell the shit out of it to you. They've been doing it for 40 years and profiting on this mass euphoria into gold. One day the libertarians and the gloom and doomers are going to be right, and they're going to get this gold, and the gold price is going to go up crazy high, and they're going to sell it to the next conspiracy theorist and maybe get a little short-term rich. We'll see. Okay, so here's the daily chart. The daily chart is struggling to break this line. I told you guys yesterday that I did anticipate a 9 coming, and when this 9 shows up, it should pull back the market. Now, the market could already be pulling back here in Bitcoin. Now, the sequential activated a long trade on a daily chart once the green 2 went above a green 1. The same sequential is telling you to get the hell out of the market now, maybe a little prematurely. Like if I was in this long trade based on sequential, entered here, this 8 would already scare me. It's too close to a 9. I would already start to consider exiting the short-term trade, and I'm happy to enter this long trade back on a green 2 above a green 1 above a 9, and in a perfect world, the green 2 would be breaking the green 1 and the 9 candle around 6,850 bucks. Okay. Now the weekly scale is still telling you to be cautious because it's a red 5 searching for that elusive 9 on a weekly scale, which we kind of got here, but not really because it was a big rally and a price flip. Okay. Shorter term time frames, I don't think I'm really that interested in them. Not much interesting on a 12-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, oh, interesting. So the 4-hour chart is back out of this channel. I don't know if it's relevant or not anymore. And it did top on this nice 9 right here. And we did swing higher early this morning, but not much. Notice the CMF. Notice the CMF right here has gone negative. One more thing I want to look at on a daily chart. I'm still keeping an eye on the BitMEX funding rate, and it remains negative. So it's still favoring the bulls a little bit. Okay, let's look at precious metals, I guess. GBTC is not really interesting right now. What is this? Oh, that's the Bitcoin futures. It's loading, so I don't really care. More charts loading. Okay, gold is pulling back. See, this is why I wasn't in a rush to go long gold here. I missed my gold entry off the 9. I didn't miss the silver entry, but I missed the gold entry off the 9. And I didn't want to rush into it. I didn't want to FOMO into gold. And now it's pulling back, which I'm kind of makes sense. I would rather pick up gold here if I see gold dip below 1,600 and then I see a reversal in gold. I would then potentially be interested. This could be a very nice looking head and shoulders and a breakout of 1,700, like a breakout above 1,680 sometime, I don't know, later this month would be very interesting. Let me just glance at the weekly chart. You know, look, gold is too erratic for me right now. It's just too volatile. So I'm not a huge fan of gold trading right now. I would probably stay away from it. But I am in the silver trade. I am long silver, and I actually need silver to pull back. My position was too hedged, and by being too hedged, when silver goes above $14 an ounce, I'm no longer profitable from my long in silver. I'll talk more about that trade when I eventually close the trade, but this is something I teach in the options webinar. By the way, speaking of the Fed, we were going to talk about the Fed. If you want to read about the history of the Fed, something a little different than the creature from Jekyll Island, please check out these links. So this is something I wrote back in 2015, and it was following my interview with Jeff Berwick. And I linked to a bunch of stuff from Martin Armstrong, like debunking many conspiracy theories about the Fed. So you may want to read this. These are pretty long, but they're very good reads about the Fed. So you may want to Google this on my website. So if you go to Tone Vays blog, and then you just put the word Fed in there, you should be able to find, or put the Fed, you should be able to find this blog post from December 25th, 2015. And read some history of the Fed. All right, so before I go on to the S&P, guys, if you want to support, please check out the affiliate page of tonevays.com. Loving my Embly card. I use it all the time. And exchanges, TradingView, obviously I use it all the time as well, VPN services. Okay. Also, products and services, on-demand videos. I'm going to try and get my options webinar up because like I'm loving trading options right now in the traditional markets. So, and this video will end because I'm really taking trading seriously this week, and then next week maybe I can take it less seriously. Okay, but these are like risk management is so key in your trading. That's this webinar. The Tyler Jenks's webinars are also up here. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Understanding retirement accounts. I need to remove this. I released this for free around Christmas time. Very important video. I should probably resend it. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, oil. Let's look at oil. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not done with silver and gold yet. Here is something interesting, and I really wish I paid attention to this. Well, I did pay attention to the gold-silver ratio, but what I did not even think about doing was putting the sequential. Oops. Where are the indicators? Here they are. No. How do I? Oh, here it is. Indicate. Oh, wow. They changed some things. Okay. My scripts. Yeah, sequential. What I did not really consider doing is putting the sequential on this chart. Now, this is the monthly chart. Somebody pointed it out to me, so shout out, Mark. Good job, man. Yeah, it takes a little while to compute. Wow, it's taking a really long while to compute. And these are still loading. All right, I'll look at your live chat in the meantime. Also, keeping an eye on Giacomo and Jimmy, see if they can join. I trade futures mostly at the moment, but I had a long time buy order at 6,500 BTC, but I pulled it before it tanked. Missed a buy when it went to 4,200 and still want to get some. I think you will. It's hard. I still think Bitcoin is going to come down to that $5,000 vicinity, but you never know. Like, everyone should have some Bitcoin, in my opinion. What's your opinion on Tesla? I mean, I'm very bullish Tesla long term, but short term, like, markets are swinging based on policy. So I don't have much of an opinion short term, but long term, I'm a huge fan of Tesla. Close some tabs. No, I need the tabs, right? If I close the tabs, then I won't know what how to bring them back. There it is. So this is the monthly chart. Let me, yeah, I've never used sequential here. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so this is the monthly gold-silver ratio. Here's the weekly gold-silver ratio, and the point, we're going to get this to the daily version. Now, the best part was the daily gold-silver ratio. Right there. Beautiful. 913 right at the high. If I change this to be candlesticks, look at that. Look at that. Perfect reversal of the gold-silver ratio on a daily scale with a 913. Man, I was not paying, I did not even think to pay attention to that. I mean, look, I took the silver trade, the silver turned to the upside faster than gold, but like what beautiful timing. And this is why I'm a big fan of sequential, because it times that irrationality in human behavior of time analysis. And it's different than price analysis. So that was really, really cool. Okay. Oil. Let's look at oil. So I still think oil is going to pull back one more time because I think the US is going to shut down more. I think this virus is going to start spreading in the US. And I think Trump is being very ambitious to open up the country within the next 2 weeks. I was going to hunker down. Like you can see behind me, I'm in day 5 of quarantine. I may try to hit the farmer's market, like be the first guy at the farmer's market, not see another human. I'm putting myself in quarantine because I want to make sure that I don't have it. I feel great. I haven't had a single symptom of anything. So by Saturday or by this weekend, when the farmer's market, hopefully it'll be open, I can be the first guy there. I can stock up on another 3 weeks worth of food because I think the shutdown is gonna get worse, not better. Though Trump is being very optimistic to reopen the country first week of April. And if that happens, I think oil is going to take a bigger hit. So the market was pulling back early this morning. It's starting to go back up. I don't think they've officially made the deal, but once again, they're close. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the market here at the open. At the open, it can really go either way. We can look at a 10-minute chart in the futures. I mean, I could see, my concern is I have enough food probably for a month. Probably 3 weeks for sure. I definitely have enough food for 3 weeks. But I'm in the US, and if you're in Europe, you're okay. But if you're in the US, 3 weeks from now could be like the worst of it. So I don't want to have to leave the house in 3 weeks. I'd rather leave the house this weekend and stock up on another 3 weeks worth of food on top of the 3 weeks that I still have. And then I'm good. And then I'm good till like June. This is a 10-minute chart of the S&P futures. And the market closed, where did the market close? It closed like here on this candle. And we're basically break even. We closed here. I think that was market close. And we're right there, you know. We're about 50-50. We spent half the time above, half the time below. We're going into market open, break even. And I have absolutely no idea, zero idea which way the market is going to move today. I will say this, though. If I go to the daily chart of the market, S&P market, while I think it's possible that we can go all the way up to the 38% Fibonacci, I do think we're going to pull back from here. I think the more likely path is this 23.6% Fibonacci, and this is where we're going to turn. I think that is the more likely path. So I'm not very bullish into the rest of the week. I'm just not bullish into the rest of the week. All right, I'm going to try to get Giacomo into the stream here, and then we'll talk about money printing a little bit. Okay, so let's see, even like if we get a green 2 above a green 1 this morning, which we probably will, here's what I'm honestly looking for this morning. I am looking for the market to rise at the open and turn and go down at 10 or 11 a.m. I am still looking for my 10 a.m. reversal, but that 10 a.m. reversal is going to go from top to down. And I think we're going to drop kind of hard. We may not make new lows. I think we're going to go up in the morning, turn, go down, maybe even fall pretty hard. They will sign the deal in the afternoon. We will then rally, and it's possible we can rally all the way up to 2650. But I honestly think this low is still in jeopardy. It's still in jeopardy. We could go a little bit lower here on the S&P. Probably back to this area, 2100. And we will create some awesome divergence. I would love to buy the S&P on a weekly 9. Would love to buy the S&P on a weekly 9. You know, like an intra-week swing down to 2000, 4 weeks from now, and then we go up, like go up and go up quickly. Like go up kind of like the dollar did. So if I do DXY, like I can totally see the stock market do one of these. Like the stock market, you know, go down to 2000 and then, well, maybe not this fast to new all-time highs, but do one of these and then break out to new all-time highs sometime, you know, next year. Trump's re-election campaign just got very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, guys, Giacomo is about to join. We're going to talk a little bit about the Fed. The financial summit in Bali is going to take place first week of November. Understanding Bitcoin with Giacomo and Adam back is going to take place first week of October. Please support with affiliate codes, or if you're looking to learn how to trade, check out the products and services section. I may do, you know, more webinars. We'll see. But for now, just check out the affiliates on tonevays.com. I'm going to look at your live chat as I wait for Giacomo to join the stream. For some reason, he's not able to connect. I don't know why. Let me try to, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Copy URL. For some reason, Giacomo can't load Zoom. Okay, so maybe he won't be joining us. All right, let me look at your live chat. I don't know if I want to look at individual stocks right now because it's kind of crazy and everything's irrational. Trump is pumping the market. That's the look. Why are you not happy? Like, do you see? Here's the problem. Here's the problem that people face, right? Trump is pumping the market. Let's look at United Airlines. Okay. United Airlines is set to open at $47. Why in the world would United Airlines be rising when they're not flying planes, right? So you can scream all you want. Trump is pumping the market. What do you think will happen if the stock of United Airlines goes to zero? United Airlines goes out of business. If every US airline goes out of business, how is that a good thing for the country? How is that a good thing for the future of productivity? So how is this a good, do you know how many employees United has? United Airlines number of employees. 88,000 employees, right? I personally know a bunch of them. Not thousands of them, but I personally know a good 10 to 15 employees at United. I fly United all the time. So when you complain that Trump or the Fed are pumping the market, they have a responsibility to keep these 88,000 people employed. Okay? So yes, if United goes out of business, their stock goes to zero. If you shorted their stock, you just got some money. But how is that good for the future of the US? So a lot of people like to complain that the government pumps the stock market. The government doesn't pump the stock market. The government tries to save companies. It's the people that are speculating on what the government is doing are pumping the stock market. Unless Trump is personally, buying into this company, that's not how it works. When next law review? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. We're planning a law review for tomorrow, guys. All right, so Giacomo can't seem to connect to Zoom. All right, well, if Giacomo can come in, I'll get him in. Tone, tell us a few stocks you'd be ready to pick up at discount. I mean, guys, look at my Twitter. You can see the stocks that I'm holding. Like, I really liked GoPro at under 250. I really liked Tilray at under $3. These were some of like the cheap stuff. I think I was looking at Ford the other day. I would have missed that. I'm still trying to time this one, JMIA. I mean, these are just some cheapies, right? Uber is always a good one, but I think I missed it. I'm not going to chase it. How's Deutsche Bank doing? That's another cheapie. Could have been picked up. I'm not going to chase it. Budweiser. There you go. Did we miss it? I mean, everything kind of rose on this. Look, I'm paying more attention to a lot of them. I mean, Tesla was a weird one. NVIDIA really skyrocketed yesterday. Let's see what happens to NVIDIA today. Amazon's doing well. I mean, there's a huge demand for Amazon right now. All right, guys, I'm going to give Giacomo a few more minutes. And then I may have to call it a day. Nope, Giacomo can't join. Tesla. Look, Tesla is a big pre-market. I think Tesla is going to run into this problem right here with the moving average, and it will probably pull back a little bit. Tesla was a beautiful buy off the 9 at 350. Let's see what happens with Tesla. So today's market is going to be crazy. Today's going to could potentially be a weirder day than yesterday. Yep, we're still rising here at the open. Oh, no, sorry, wrong one. This one. We're still rising here at the open, and we're right at yesterday's close. We're going to open flat from yesterday. We got 15 minutes to go. We're going to open close to flat. And anything can happen. What do I think is going to happen? I think we're going to rise to probably this 50 area. Maybe 40, 24, 49 maybe. And then we're going to turn. I think we're going to turn at 10 a.m. That's what I'm anticipating. I could be totally wrong. It could be the complete opposite. We could open the market, tank, and then rise at 10 a.m. or the 10 a.m. could be ignored. Like anything can happen. Anything can happen. This is why I don't trade the first 15 minutes of market open. It's too unpredictable for me. I don't trade that. All right, guys. Oh, Zoom stock. Yeah. Let me see what Zoom stock looks like. We always look at fake Zoom first. Fake Zoom's pulling back from $60 a share. Now we're going to look at real Zoom. Real Zoom went down big yesterday, surprising. And let me see how it looks in the pre-market. In pre-market, Zoom. Wow, Zoom has a short restriction. In pre-market, Zoom is about to go up $4. So there you go, right there. It's about to go up $4. So it's going to open close to 140. So not much of a pump pre-market on Zoom. Let's see how it opens. Let's see how the market opens. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready for market open. I got 15 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. Please support with affiliate codes. If you want to read about the history of the Fed, Google for or do a search for the Fed on ToneVays.com blog. And there's a bunch of links here that educate you on the history of the Fed. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll probably see you all after market close. Oh, I think I'm doing a show with Socrates at 3 p.m. So I might see you before market closes. All right, 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, bye, guys.